Hello everyone and welcome to Pro Wrestling Ulster Takedown TV, the place for the very best in PW action, as well as exclusive interviews and of course breaking news as it comes to us. We're your hosts, I'm Nicholas Campbell, and as always, Andy T.
Coming up on tonight's episode, we review part 1 of the Pro Wrestling Ulster Super Show at the world famous Europa Hotel.
Well Andy, we are only a few weeks removed from our massive Super Show at the Europa Hotel in Belfast, which of course included the incredible Drew Galloway.
It was biggest night of the summer for wrestling fans in Belfast at the Europa Hotel. Pro Wrestling Ulster brought the Super Show to town, featuring Drew Galloway. What a humble, awesome guy to be around. He had time for everybody backstage. He had time for all the fans afterwards, signing photographs and t-shirts and memorabilia. Great guy to be around. He drew in a crowd. It was Pro Wrestling Ulster roster that really impressed. Drew himself has said how impressed he was with the guys and the dedication that they showed on the night.
And of course, you know, he had the match with a triple threat match between himself, Tucker and JDP. Incredible match and a credible show of respect to Tucker at the end by Drew.
It was indeed. I mean, you saw earlier on in the night, Drew came out at the very top of the show with Terry Thompson in the ring with JDP. Of course, feigning that injury at the start of the show, he had been in hospital, started hitting Tucker. Drew came out, claimed that he was there, he was serious, he was going to take that title, and he wasn't in there just to show up the numbers and draw in a crowd. He wanted the Pro Wrestling Ulster Championship, and he did fight to take the title. Did show respect there to Tucker at the end, of course, holding up his hand, handing the championship belt over to Tucker, who has already gone out to say he's just so pleased to take it off JDP, and the actions of JDP in 101 recently. We feel that we've now got a deserving champion.
Well, Tucker is our brand new PW champion, but our brand new Platinum Ticket Tournament holder is, of course, the Northern Irish Nightmare, Tron.
Tron, yeah, picking up the win, semi-finals. Went through. It was Tron versus Luther Valentine in the final. We'll have highlights of that coming up in later parts of this review. Tucker's got a challenge on his hands. We've seen Tron come out and just destroy people recently. So Tucker's cards are marked. We don't know how long Tron will wait. But we've got a championship rematch as well, maybe on the cards involving JDP. So we'll see what comes up coming through the October show, again back at the Europa, and another show coming up in December.
Well, Andy, of course, it was a great night. You know, we had plenty of title matches, plenty of Platinum Ticket Tournament matches, but one of the most entertaining matches of the night had to be that Fatal 4 match.
The Fatal 4-Way match, of course. Magico, Pro Wrestling Ulster's Masked Mystery, taking on Phil the Thrill Boyd, Hamish Crawford, and the bodacious Be Cool, who the crowd warmed to very quickly. We weren't quite expecting it. He's been on a few Pro Wrestling Ulster shows of late, of course, losing out that Irish Junior Heavyweight Championship to Tucker on the FFPW show down in Ireland.
Well, it was a great match, Andy. I think that there's definitely, in terms of quality, in-ring quality, better matches, but in terms of just fan favourite matches, I think that was one of definitely the best.
Absolutely. Fans took to it on the night. You had 4 very different styles in the ring, which is always hard to manage. Of course, it was elimination 4-way, but we'll see what happened in that match coming up right now when we review the entire thing for you live on part 1 of Pro Wrestling Ulster Takedown TV review of our Super Show.
wins the match, but I think Boris's Barry Cool wins the fans' hearts.
Absolutely. We've seen it there. Entertaining match, absolutely. Had people laughing, cheering, booing, crying. It was everything mixed into one. Of course, the eliminations. Be Cool picking up the first one in a sneaky manner, Guy in the second. But the crowd seemed to love it. They took to him very quickly. We've seen him on a few Pro Wrestling Ulster shows of late, and he somehow managed to just get everybody going and up out of their seats.
Well, with also full respect to Phil Latrell and Hamish Crawford, great performances from them as well.
Yeah, two great competitors. You know, you'll see them coming up in the future shows, and they'll be vying for positions, that All Ulster title, maybe thinking about pushing on to the Pro Wrestling Ulster Championship as well. So we'll see what comes out of it, but it was an absolutely fantastic match.
I think it was definitely one of my favourite matches of the night, one of all the fans' favourite matches of the night, and I can't wait to see what's next for Be Cool, I think.
Yeah, of course, he has been in the Irish Junior Heavyweight Championship, lost that out to Tucker in the past, has defended it on the Pro Wrestling Ulster live shows in Belfast, so we'll see what happens in the future, but the fans have certainly called to see more of him.
Well, Andy, as we saw there on October the 19th at our Super Show 2, the world famous Matt Sydal hits Belfast.
Yes, WWE superstar Evan Airborne, aka Matt Sydal, is coming to Pro Wrestling Ulster for the very first time. Of course, his very first time here in Belfast as an independent wrestler.
And of course, Andy, you know, it says so much about PWB. First Drew Galloway, and now Matt Sydal.
Yep, we've got those big names coming to PWU. It's an exciting place to wrestle. We're hitting the scene in Northern Ireland. We're providing what we think is the best wrestling experience out there for families, for kids, for smarter, intelligent wrestling fans who want a really good wrestling show. And that's why we're bringing these names over.
And I can't wait to see Matt Sydal's high-flying style.
Oh yeah, absolutely. People have gone crazy on Facebook like they did again for Drew Galloway. They're wanting to see that shooting star press. That's the big thing that's being talked about. Is there room in the hotel to see it? And we can guarantee that there definitely is. The PW 20-foot ring is going to be there. We've got an extra 100 seats for this show as well. So there's another 100 tickets out there. But make sure you get them fast, folks. You can pick them up at Fresh Garbage on Rosemary Street in Belfast, at Ignition Body Piercing at Bridge Street, Lisburn, and of course you can go to the ProWrestlingUlster.co.uk website.
Well, that should just be another incredible super show. And moving on a little, two guys that I know appreciate Matt Sydal and what he's brought to the wrestling world have got to be the Whippersnappers, who of course at our last super show there took on, for the tag team titles, the champions, the Wild Stallions.
Yep. Wild Stallions going in with a bit of a grittier style. Rocky Star, of course, injured from our show in Ballycastle when the limited edition JDP came out of the crowd. So Rocky Star maybe not moving as quickly, not maybe taking to the ropes, those high flying, high risk manoeuvres. But Whippersnappers, of course, they're all over the place. They're quick, they're intelligent, they know what they're doing in and out of the ring. And they took into that sort of three falls match, sorry. They came out of it with maybe a different sort of respect. Up until now, of course, crowd favourite, but they've elevated themselves a little bit more, of course, putting that Pro Wrestling Ulster Tag Team Championships around their waist.
Well, you know, two great young teams, you know, great to have those two teams in our division. And of course, you know, out of two or three falls, you know, there was no doubt who the better team was.
Yeah, the Whippersnappers coming out on top. Of course, we're going to have that extended highlights of that match coming up for you right now.
Great match, and of course we get new tag team champions in Curtis and Jordan, the Whippersnappers.
We did indeed. The first championship to change hands on the night. Whippersnappers picking up that win, 2 out of 3 falls. Of course, we've seen Curtis with the 450 splash off the top rope, and that put those championships around their waists.
Well, I really respect and really appreciate the Wild Stallions, but there's got to be something said for the hard-working Curtis and Jordan.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Whippersnappers have proved themselves and maybe elevated themselves a bit more on the Super Show, and of course with the championship win. But you'll see Wild Stallions coming back with that rematch, and they'll be looking to take those back. Rocky Star will be determined. Dude rocks, not Rocksville as well. So we'll see what happens coming up in the next couple of shows.
And after the big title win, I actually had the opportunity to catch up with Curtis and Jordan, our new tag team champions, the Whippersnappers. I am joined right now by the new PW Tag Team Champions, Curtis and Jordan, Whippersnappers. Gotta ask you lads, how's it feel to be champions?
Feeling great. Cloud 9 at the minute, man. Winning this title has been a while coming. Like, any thoughts, Jordan?
It's great. We've worked towards this. This was our goal ever since we first stepped foot inside the squared circle.
Well, of course, lads, you had a great 2 out of 3 falls match against another great young team in the Wild Stallions. Any thoughts on Rocky and Dude?
Amazing opponents, a lot of respect for the guys. No hard feelings backstage or anything after a win. Look forward to the rematch clause. Maybe defend the titles against them in the future. Looking forward to defending our titles. We want to be defending champions, and so yeah, great guys, love them.
Well, you're a great young, hard-working tag team, very deserving tag team champions. You talk a little about the future. Anything else in your?
Who knows what the future holds, like, but any oncomers that are going to try for these titles, we're one them to defend them. We don't see themselves losing them anytime soon.
Well, lads, I hope for a long and successful reign. Thank you so much for joining us here on Takedown TV.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Andy, Curtis and Jordan, two great guys, two great wrestlers, and they're going to have to be great champions to hold on to them belts.
They will indeed. Of course, PW Live Super Show 2 is coming back. We're going to see those tag team championships defended once again. That show is going to be in the Europa Hotel, 19th of October. Like we said earlier, tickets are on sale now, and we've got those extra 100 seats.
And of course, our big star night, Andy, will be
Former WWE superstar Evan Airborne, aka Matt Sydal.
And just before we wrap up tonight's show, Andy, our next episode will of course be part 2 of our Super Show.
Yeah, part 2 of the Super Show reviews coming up. We've got that special Platinum Ticket Tournament semi-finals and final highlights, and we will also be featuring the main event from PW Live Super Show 1, which is Drew Galloway taking on Tucker and JDP for the PWU Championship.
Well, I can't wait to relive that. Our fans can wait to relive that. Well, just folks, thank you so much. We've been Takedown TV. I've been Nicholas Campbell. He's been Andy T. We are PWU, keeping it real for the last 7 years.